Hello, my name is Maritza Ramirez-Parra, and I've decided to discuss a movement that is not necessarily rooted in an ethnic objective, but it is very focused on intersectionality, or was very focused on intersectionality, and it is a cause and a mission that I'm very passionate about today, especially in the political climate we find ourselves in. So today I will be presenting a zine on the arc of the street transvestite action revolutionaries. In the first section here, I have a summary of why STAR was created and its mission and overall objective. And here I have pretty much key points on the impact and the legacy that STAR left behind. In 1970, gay liberationists occupied NYU's Weinstein Hall because the university refused to allow gay dances. After police arrived, the liberationists were forced to leave. STAR was created as a direct response to the sit-in. Marsha P. Johnson, a black drag queen, and Sylvia Rivera, a transgender Latina woman, were frustrated with the movement's refusal to defend itself against police. STAR's objective was to provide support to all members of the community, specifically transgender, homeless, black, and brown youth. STAR was active from 1970 to 1973. While short-lived and while no political or legislative changes were managed by the organization, STAR was revolutionary because it considered the experiences of all gay people. The majority of gay liberation movements in the Stonewall era did not include safe space for transgenders or people of color. STAR was necessary and innovative in its foundation in intersectionality. It paved the way for modern-day trans progressive movements due to the fearlessness and determination of its founders. The hierarchy within the foundational LGBT movement was still inherently racist, transphobic, and misogynistic. STAR fought for all of these intersecting marginalized groups. Next, I have a timeline on some major key points of the movement from beginning to end. So we have in 1969 the Stonewall riots that occurred on Christopher Street in New York City, and both Marsha P. Johnson and Sylvia Rivera were present. In 1970, the Weinstein Hall sit-in occurred, and in the same year, STAR was founded as a direct result of that. In 1973, Sylvia Rivera delivers a speech at the 1973 Christopher Street Parade that was received very poorly, which then in the same year was the reason STAR dissolved. In 1992, Marsha P. Johnson was found dead in the Hudson River. In 2001, STAR was temporarily reinstated by Sylvia Rivera, and in 2002, Sylvia Rivera passed away. In this following section, I have a picture of Marsha P. Johnson and a quote by her. She was also called the Saint of Christopher Street due to her activism and her life in that area. And her quote is, "You never completely have your rights, one person, until you all have your rights." In the following section, we have Sylvia Rivera and a quote by her as well. And she was dubbed the mother of the movement at its peak. "All of us were working for so many movements at that time. Everyone was involved with the women's movement, the peace movement, the civil rights movement. We were all radicals. I believe that's what brought it around." In 1973, Sylvia delivers a speech at the Christopher Street Parade called "Y'all Better Quiet Down," which was received very poorly by the rest of the LGBT community because there was a lot of animosity between STAR and the rest of the LGBT community because it did not consider transgender and black people of color, people in jail, the homeless. So STAR are trying to do something for all of us, and not men and women that belong to white middle class. That is a quote by Sylvia Rivera, and she also has another quote here, "I believe in the gay power." At this speech, Sylvia was subsequently booed off the stage during the speech. She left the movement shortly after in the same year. She reinstated the movement in 2001 and renamed it Street Transgender Action Revolutionaries. She passed away in 2002. Next and finally, we have the death of Marsha P. Johnson, which occurred July 3rd, 1992. Marcia's death was originally ruled a suicide after her body was found in the Hudson River, and an investigation was essentially ignored by police. The community refused to accept that Marcia committed suicide, and while there is still no evidence of foul play today, Marcia's life is remembered with honor. Marcia and Sylvia's legacy continues to echo through current-day activism in the trans progressive cause. So that is the